Hey guys, this is Amit and you are watching Tech Dad. In this video, we are going to compare between Poco M3 Pro versus Realme 8 Pro. And we will discuss which one is better in camera, performance, display, body of the devices, features, communication chips and about the prices. In the end of the video, I will tell you which one is better according to me. So watch this video till the end. So without wasting any time, let's start the video. Let the comparison start with the camera of the devices. Talking about the rear camera of the devices, M3 Pro have triple camera setup, 48 megapixel of wide camera, 2 megapixel of macro camera and 2 megapixel of depth sensor. Whereas 8 Pro comes with quad camera setup, 108 megapixel of wide camera, 8 megapixel of ultra wide camera, 2 megapixel of macro camera and 2 megapixel of depth sensor. So the winner here is 8 Pro because it have quad camera setup, which have 108 megapixel of wide camera. And about the front camera of the devices, M3 Pro have 8 megapixel of wide camera, whereas 8 Pro have 16 megapixel of wide camera. So the winner here is 8 Pro because it have 16 megapixel of wide camera. Let's talk about the camera features of the devices. M3 Pro have dual LED flash, HDR and panorama, whereas 8 Pro have LED flash, HDR and panorama. So the winner here is M3 Pro because it have dual LED flash. And about the video recording options in the devices, M3 Pro can shoot Full HD video max at 30 fps, whereas 8 Pro can shoot 4K video max at 30 fps, Full HD video max at 480 fps with gyro electronic image stabilization. So the winner here is 8 Pro because it can record in 4K and it have gyro electronic image stabilization. Moving to the performance of the devices, let's start with the operating system of the devices. M3 Pro have Android 11 support, whereas 8 Pro also have Android 11 support, so it's a tie. And about the user interface of the devices, M3 Pro have MIUI, whereas 8 Pro comes with the Realme UI, so it's a tie because both of the user interface have different UI, so it's up to you which UI you like it or not, it's up to you. Let's talk about the processor of the devices. M3 Pro is powered by Dimensity 700 5G based on 7nm processor, whereas 8 Pro is powered by Snapdragon 720G based on 12nm processor. So the winner here is 8 Pro because it have higher processing speed. And about the GPU of the devices, M3 Pro is packed with Mali G57, whereas 8 Pro is packed with Adreno 618. So the winner here is 8 Pro because it can give you more FPS in games. Let's talk about the clock speed of the devices. M3 Pro can clock at 2.2 GHz based on octa-core Cortex chipset, whereas 8 Pro can clock at 2.3 GHz based on octa-core Creo chipset. So the winner here is 8 Pro because it have faster clock speed. And about the RAM variants in the devices, M3 Pro comes with 2 RAM variants, 4 and 6 GB, whereas 8 Pro have 2 variants, 6 and 8 GB. So clearly the winner here is M3 Pro because it have multi-RAM options. Let's talk about the internal storage of the devices. M3 Pro comes with 2 storage options, 64 and 128, whereas 8 Pro have only 128 GB of storage. So the winner here is M3 Pro because it have faster read and write speed. And about the external storage of the device, M3 Pro have dedicated card slot, whereas 8 Pro also have, so it's a tie. Moving to the display features of the devices, let's start with the display size of the devices. M3 Pro have 6.5 inches of display, whereas 8 Pro have 6.4 inches of display. So it's a tie because both of the devices have approximately the same display size. And about the screen to body ratio of the devices, M3 Pro have approximately 83.7%, whereas 8 Pro have 83.3%. So again, it's a tie because both of the devices have approximately the same ratio. Let's talk about the screen resolution of the devices. M3 Pro comes with Full HD Plus display, whereas 8 Pro also have Full HD Plus display. So again, it's a tie. And about the display type of the devices, M3 Pro have IPS LCD display having 90 Hz of refresh rate, and 8 Pro have Super AMOLED display. So the winner here is M3 Pro because it have 90 Hz of refresh rate, which is the ideal thing for a gaming device. Moving to the body features of the devices, let's start with the thickness of the devices. M3 Pro have 8.9 mm of thickness, whereas 8 Pro have 8.1 mm of thickness. So the winner here is 8 Pro because it have slimmer body design. Talking about the weight of the devices, M3 Pro comes with 190 grams of weight, whereas 8 Pro have 176 grams of weight. So clearly the winner here is 8 Pro because it have lighter body weight. And about the protective glass of the devices, M3 Pro have Gorilla Glass 3, whereas 8 Pro have Gorilla Glass 3. So it's a tie because both of the devices can give you same protection. Let's talk about the build quality of the devices. M3 Pro have plastic back with plastic frame, whereas 8 Pro have plastic back with plastic frame. So it's a tie because both of the devices have same build quality. And about the SIM options in the devices, both of the devices have dual nano SIM support, so it's a tie here. Moving to some of the most important features of the devices, let's start with the fingerprint scanner of the devices. M3 Pro have side mounted fingerprint scanner. In the other side, 8 Pro also have under display fingerprint scanner. So the winner here is M3 Pro because it have faster scanner. And about the sensors in the devices, M3 Pro have accelerometer, gyroscope, proximity and compass, whereas 8 Pro have accelerometer, gyroscope, proximity and compass. So again, it's a tie. Let's talk about the battery capacity of the devices. M3 Pro have 5000 mAh of battery capacity, whereas 8 Pro have 4500 mAh of battery capacity. So the clear winner here is M3 Pro because it have bigger battery capacity. Let's talk about the charging speed of the devices. M3 Pro have 18 watts of fast charging, whereas 8 Pro have 50 watts of fast charging. So the winner here is 8 Pro because it can charge up your device faster. Let's talk about the loudspeaker of the devices. M3 Pro comes with normal speakers, whereas 8 Pro also have normal speakers. So it's a tie because both of the devices have normal speakers. And about the headphone jack of the devices, M3 Pro have 3.5mm of headphone jack, whereas 8 Pro also have. So it's a tie. Moving to the communication chips in the devices. Starting with the WLAN of the devices, both of the devices comes with Wi-Fi AC, dual band Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi direct and hotspot. So it's a tie. And about the Bluetooth version of the devices, M3 Pro has 5.1 generation of Bluetooth, whereas 8 Pro also have 5.1 generation of Bluetooth. So it's a tie because both of the devices have same generation of Bluetooth. Let's talk about the positioning chips in the devices. M3 Pro have AGPS, GLONASS, Galileo and BDS, whereas 8 Pro have AGPS, GLONASS and BDS. So clearly the winner here is 8 Pro because it have Galileo chip. And about the USB connectivity of the devices, M3 Pro have second gen of Type-C connector, whereas 8 Pro also have second gen of Type-C connector with OTG support. So the winner here is 8 Pro. Moving to the price of the devices. In the international market, starting price of M3 Pro is around $180 and 8 Pro is available from $260. In the Indian market, M3 have starting range from 16,000 rupees, whereas 8 Pro is available from 18,000 rupees. So the conclusion of the video is, in the camera the winner is 8 Pro, in the performance the winner is 8 Pro, in the display the winner is M3 Pro, in the body segment the winner is 8 Pro, in the features of the device the winner is 8 Pro, in the communication chips it's a tie, and about the prices the winner is 8 Pro. So the decision is totally yours. Which device you like the most so far, and let me know in the comment below. What do you think, which device is better for you? So thank you guys for watching this video. If you like our content, please like our video, share this video and subscribe to our channel. Comment what's your thought in the comment below. If you're watching this video on Facebook, please like our page TechDad, and if you want to follow me on Instagram, here's my Instagram ID on the screen. This is Amit and I will see you guys in the next one. Till then, bye.